recording. Okay, we are live.
All right.
So this is our Thankful Thursday, edition number 2 with Miss Heather here.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to tell her story, her testimony and journey through her healing with us.
Yeah.
So Heather, why don't you start off telling us a little bit about who you are, what you do?
Okay. So I work as a speech language pathologist, and this school year I took off because of COVID and health issues. But I am also a wife and a mother and a grandmother, and so I enjoy that part too.
Yeah.
Before I found you,
Yeah.
I had been dealing with some health issues and really was struggling with going from doctor to doctor, but I was trying to find the connection between all of them of like, okay, this is great, I'm taking medications for these things, but it's not really improving.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to start healing, and so I found a Facebook seminar that you were doing.
Was it the gut brain one?
I did 2 of them. One was back in July of last year, and it was connecting. I actually think it was connecting the physical, emotional,
the mental health one.
Yeah, the mental health one.
Okay.
And that clicked for me because I've gone to chiropractic before, I've gone to acupuncture, and all of those things helped, but I still couldn't get like the whole picture of what was going on. And I started realizing like just going to the doctors to try to get fixed is not really.
Yeah, so it's different mindset, right?
Yeah.
Fix instead of healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when I came to you and we did the assessment, there were things that it was a lot. There was a lot of different areas, and I'm like, wow, I've got a lot to work on.
Yeah.
But
so when you were going through that assessment, were you getting answers to why things were happening while we were going through?
Yes.
Did it kind of connect some dots in that area?
Yeah, because the way that the forms were filled out or sectioned off, I could start to see a pattern in like, oh, my gut issues are affecting my brain fog, and
vice versa.
And so just things like that. Mm-hmm. But then as we went through and you explained like, we're doing this and here's what we're doing and why, and then with the first session that we did, it's not like normal crack your bones kind of chiropractic, but it was kind of unexplainable at first. And I remember my husband was with me, and he's like, I don't know what happened, but that was pretty cool.
It's fun.
Yeah. So I think through the journey so far, I think I didn't realize how disconnected I was with my body, mind, and for me, spirit. And so a lot of my issues were related to like chronic stress and how I didn't have very good strategies to deal with that. So I would like hold it all into my body, and then my body was giving all these symptoms. And so that's what I learned from you as I became more in tune with my body and you did my adjustments. Mm-hmm. I could feel the differences in like muscle tension, and my energy's kind of gone up, and I have much less gut issues.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I would say like overall, the connection between the muscle tension, the nerves, and then like stress and how that impacts our whole system. That's what's helped a lot.
Yeah, and so pain still comes up, right? Pain and symptoms still come up.
Yeah.
And so what have you learned about your pain and your symptoms since coming here?
Well, the physical, as the difference is, before when I felt pain, I would have like this sense of dread, like, oh no, here it comes again. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know how to think about it differently. And so now when I have like, feel tension here or just in different, aches and pains in different places, I pay attention to that now.
Yeah.
And I think, okay, stop, and I reflect of like, okay, what's gone on in the day?
Yeah.
Or what's triggered me emotionally that may be causing my body to say there's high stress level going on right now.
Yeah.
So
kind of understanding your body a little better.
Yeah, and then you've given me strategies too. The big ones are the breathing. And so it's given me a way to like focus, relax in a safe space within, breathing. It's not complicated.
Yeah.
It's not having to work it all out in my mind.
Yeah.
Because I think it's when you're breathing, for me, I could feel the connections or disconnections and then understand.
Beautiful way to put that. That's great.
Like, oh, okay, I've got to really reconnect with my heart or reconnect, and then focus on relaxation. And so there's just been all kinds of things. But another thing that you did, where you've offered a lot of strategies, and what I like is you offer them, and then you say if this is right for you, you can take it and use it, and if it's beneficial, then do it. Yeah. But if not, then it's for another time or whatever.
So that you just have it in the background, like, oh yeah. Yeah. So do you feel like you have a bit of a better understanding of your body, like that better connection to what's going on in your life, like those correlations, you're able to correlate them better? Yeah. Do you feel more like stable in that? Yeah, you're like a whole different person. I remember.
Yeah. So I was related to like depression and anxiety then versus now. I just feel then it was more like I was reacting to the emotions, where now I can recognize the emotions and then have strategies.
Yeah, so it's more proactive instead of just on autopilot kind of thing.
Yeah, or recognizing like, oh, okay, I can deal with this now. I don't have to let it build up in my body and then get sick again.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, that's good to hear. So there's going to be people like you that have similar things, will mirror you. We talk about mirror neurons. And so for those people that mirrored you before you came in, what would you say to them about taking care of themselves and their spine?
I would say do it.
Yeah, let's go.
I would say, I think the difference between all of the services and all of the doctors and counseling and medications I did before, I still have some of those, but as supports, we're now people who may be struggling with depression, anxiety, and some other, like body aches or fibromyalgia and all those different things that through your work it helps me to kind of take control back of my health and to think of like, okay, these are ways that I'm working to heal versus how do I get rid of the pain.
Yeah, that's a huge shift.
What I like about working with you is the work that you do, it affects all areas. And so I've seen improvement in all areas.
Not just pain.
Not just pain.
Yeah,
and so it kind of, teeters back and forth. And there's been things that it's like, you talk about peeling back the onion. I think. And so it's been like layers of, okay, I've dealt with this healing part or this physical issue. But then I'm more aware.
Yeah.
And so then I'm able mentally and physically to like accept the next part of healing.
That's beautiful. I love the way you said that. That's beautiful. Yeah. You just seem like you haven't even been in care for a year. How long have you been with us?
I think I started like late August.
Yeah. So just a few months. So big shifts can happen when you're being like proactive.
And I would say commitment to the to the therapy.
Yeah.
You know, like, that was one thing that I had to really think through was, okay, am I going to be committed to coming 2 or 3 times a week?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, because I saw that it was really helping heal versus just taking away, pain temporarily.
Yeah. And now you don't have to come in that many times, huh? You just like maintenance.
Yeah.
So if you feel it coming on, which you choose, like you can choose to come in more, but
yes,
but you just happen to have the visits to be able to come as much as you want.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've really seen your growth and throughout this process. So thank you so much for sharing that with those that might be your mirrors.
Yeah.
And thank you for letting me know what's going on with you too, because again, sometimes I don't get to hear their stories. So yeah. Is there anything else that you feel like anybody should know before we sign off?
Let's see. I would say if you're considering working, that you are a good coach. You come alongside and you provide different strategies and you give of yourself, but then you also offer lots of options. So I think whoever comes to see you would be happy to, have this variety of ideas and strategies to take on.
Yeah, just teaching you more about you. Yeah, that's what doctor means, is teacher. So you want to get a doctor that is teaching you how to be healthy and not just trying to fix you for what you have going on right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that you continue to push me to the next level of healing as well, because you reflect to me like, oh, I see this in you, or here's what we're going to work on now.
Yeah.
But you do it in a way where I still have to reflect myself and take ownership of the healing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Heather.
You're welcome.
Your story has been great to follow, and just a short amount of time to see the
keep
person.
going.
Yeah, beautiful. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions, you can leave a message in the box. And thank you so much, Heather, for joining us.
Welcome.
And we look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday.